Did you know that nearly 60% of Americans believe in at least one superstition? Yes, that's right. From avoiding black cats to carrying lucky charms, these quirky beliefs influence our daily lives more than we realize. But where did these superstitions come from? How did they become so ingrained in our cultures? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating origins of the top 10 superstitions that people still cling to today. You might be surprised by what we uncover, so let's jump right in. If you love exploring the strange and mysterious aspects of history, be sure to subscribe to keep up with our latest content, and stick around until the end, because we'll reveal a curious insight about one of these superstitions that you won't want to miss. So, what exactly are superstitions? Well, they're those quirky beliefs that certain actions or events can bring about good or bad luck. These beliefs often stem from cultural traditions and historical events that have been passed down through generations. Superstitions can shape our behaviors, sometimes in ways we don't even notice. Maybe you knock on wood to avoid bad luck or avoid walking under ladders, thinking it'll keep you safe. Whatever the case, these beliefs have a powerful grip on our lives. And now we're exploring the origins of the top 10 superstitions, revealing how they came to be and why they still matter to us today. 10. Breaking a mirror. Let's start with the classic superstition of breaking a mirror. This one dates back to ancient Rome, where mirrors were considered more than just reflective surfaces. Romans believed that a person's reflection in a mirror was actually their soul. So breaking a mirror wasn't just an accident. It was seen as damaging your soul. The belief that breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck comes from the idea that it would take 7 years for the soul to heal or renew itself. Over time, this superstition spread across cultures and remains one of the most well-known today. 9. Black cats. Next up, we have black cats. In the Middle Ages, these feline friends were often associated with witchcraft and evil spirits. It was believed that if a black cat crossed your path, it was an omen of misfortune. But here's the twist. In ancient Egypt, black cats were actually revered and considered symbols of grace and protection. They were associated with the goddess Bastet, who was the deity of home, fertility, and protection. The shift in perception from revered to reviled shows how cultural and religious changes can drastically alter superstitions over time. 8. Throwing salt over your shoulder. Throwing salt over your shoulder is another common superstition. The belief that spilling salt is bad luck dates back to ancient times when salt was a valuable commodity. In Roman culture, spilling salt was considered wasteful and disrespectful to the gods. To counteract the bad luck, people would throw a pinch of salt over their left shoulder. Why the left shoulder? It was believed that evil spirits lurked there, and the salt would blind them, preventing them from causing harm. This practice has endured through the centuries, and many people still do it today without even knowing why. 7. Walking under a ladder. Moving on to number 4. Walking under a ladder. This superstition has roots in ancient Egypt, where the triangle was considered a sacred symbol representing the Trinity of gods. A ladder leaning against a wall forms a triangle, and walking through it was thought to disrupt this sacred geometry, inviting misfortune. This belief was later reinforced by Christian symbolism, where the triangle represented the Holy Trinity. To walk through the triangle was seen as tempting fate or challenging the divine order. 6. Number 13. The dreaded number 13. Fear of this number, known as triskaidekaphobia, is so widespread that many buildings skip the 13th floor entirely. But where did this fear come from? One theory links it to the Last Supper in Christian tradition, where Judas, the betrayer of Jesus, was the 13th guest. Another theory traces it back to Norse mythology, where the god Loki was the uninvited 13th guest at a dinner party, leading to chaos and destruction. Over time, the number 13 became synonymous with bad luck, a belief that persists to this day. 5. Horseshoes. Next on our list is the superstition surrounding horseshoes. Hanging a horseshoe above your door is said to bring good luck, especially if it's hung with the open end facing up. This belief dates back to ancient times when iron was believed to ward off evil spirits. The horseshoe's crescent shape also resembled the moon, which was considered a protective symbol in many cultures. By hanging a horseshoe above the door, people believed they were protecting their homes from harm and inviting good fortune. 4. Crossing your fingers. Now let's talk about crossing your fingers. This gesture, often used when hoping for good luck, has its origins in early Christianity. In times of persecution, Christians would cross their fingers as a way to invoke protection from the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. It was a discreet way to show their faith and seek divine intervention. Over time, this gesture evolved into a general sign of hope or good luck, and it's now commonly used in many cultures. 3. Knocking on wood. This practice is thought to originate from ancient pagan cultures, where people believed that spirits and gods resided in trees. By knocking on wood, They hoped to invoke the protection of these spirits or prevent them from hearing any boasts that might anger them. The phrase, knock on wood, has since become a common expression used to avoid jinxing oneself after making a hopeful statement. 2. Finding a penny. Finding a penny is another superstition many people still believe in. The idea that finding a penny brings good luck, especially if it's heads up, likely comes from the fact that coins were once considered lucky in many cultures. In ancient times, metal was believed to offer protection from evil spirits, so finding a coin was seen as a sign of good fortune. The phrase, see a penny, pick it up, all day long you'll have good luck became a popular rhyme, reinforcing this belief. 1. Saying bless you. Finally, we come to the tradition of saying bless you after someone sneezes. This practice has roots in the belief that sneezing could expel evil spirits from the body, leaving a person vulnerable to harm. Saying bless you was a way to offer protection and invoke divine favor. Another theory suggests that the phrase originated during the plague, when sneezing was a common symptom of illness, and saying bless you was a way to express concern and hope for the person's health. Now, out of all these superstitions, the most surprising origin has to be the one about black cats. You might think that this belief is purely about bad luck, but interestingly, black cats were once revered in many cultures. In ancient Egypt, they were worshipped and considered symbols of grace and protection. It wasn't until the Middle Ages that they became associated with witchcraft. This drastic shift shows how easily perceptions can change over time, challenging our understanding of what we consider lucky or unlucky. So what can we take away from all these fascinating origins? Superstitions often reflect deep cultural beliefs and historical events that have shaped societies. While some may seem silly today, they highlight humanity's ongoing quest for control over the unpredictable nature of life. Even in our modern world, these beliefs persist, reminding us of our shared history and the ways we try to navigate luck and misfortune. Now that you've learned all about these intriguing superstitions, I'd love to hear from you. What superstitions do you or your family believe in? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out our other content on strange beliefs and practices. And subscribe for more captivating stories, and we'll see you next time!